Hey, what's happening, guys? Okay, so I don't have a lot of time for today's video. I've got exams I have to study for, classes I have to teach, classes I have to go to, and it's just been crazy. I just got a new job as a trainer for Delta Life boot camps, so if you live in the Bryan-College Station area, you should totally check them out because they're awesome, and you'll learn a lot of good stuff. If you don't know about functional fitness and nutrition, it's a good place to learn, as well as my vlog, which is why I'm here today. Alright, so I want to cover something that's super, super important, especially when you're just learning about fitness and trying to figure out what to do so you don't hurt yourself. That's the key. Alright, we already know that nutrition is number one, okay? Number two, before you even get started in the workout, you have to warm up, okay? So, imagine, if you will, that your body is like this asparagus right here, okay? I just pulled this out of the refrigerator, so imagine it's like you when you first wake up and you're getting ready to go do a workout. Or it's the middle of the day and you're tired and you've been sitting in a chair or behind a desk and doing nothing for the majority of the day. Okay? That's you. Right there. Okay. So, as you can see, this asparagus is not very nimble. Like, it's not flexible very much, right? So if this particular piece of asparagus were to go up there and try to, I don't know, lift 250 pounds or try to do sprints or something, you want to know what would happen if these were your muscles? Yeah, exactly. Which is why I want to talk to you about something called dynamic stretching or active stretching, okay? When you do active stretching, you're actually increasing the amount of blood flow to those muscles that you're going to be using. So with dynamic fitness or functional fitness, CrossFit, you're going to be doing a lot of those exercises, getting blood pumped to those most important areas, loosening up the muscles, getting that full range of motion, getting to that full range of motion, and going from the crazy stiff asparagus to something a little more limber, something a little more flexible, that when you go out and run or lift or do CrossFit or whatever it is that you want to do, you're not going to hurt yourself, okay? And just for the record, I stuck this in the microwave for about 15 minutes, or 15 seconds, and this is what happened. Alright, so that being said, what can we do that is considered dynamic stretching? Alright, I will show you. Okay, so when you first get started, you want to do something that's going to try to gradually loosen up your body, okay? So a good way to start is something called 5 factorial. Push-ups, sit-ups, squats, okay? So there's going to be 3 exercises that you do. You're going to do 5 of each exercise, 5 sit-ups, 5 push-ups, 5 squats, and then you're going to do 4 push-ups, 4 sit-ups, 4 squats, like a factorial, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all the way down, nice and easy, trying to get blood flow to every muscle group, okay? Okay, so for squats, you want to be standing straight up, right? Back straight. You want your toes pointed out slightly, okay? So when you come down, you're going to push your knees out, all right? So chest up. You can put your hands in front of you if you like. You come straight down as if you're facing a wall. Come down to where you're at 90 or further and back up. Okay? So that's 1. Just like that. Okay? The next one's push-ups. Fairly easy. If you can't get full range of motion, try to get as far as you can. Okay? So if you have to do push-ups, try to keep your back straight. Go down to 90 and back up. If you have to modify, put your knees on the ground, keep your feet up so you're not pushing with your toes. Go down to 90 and back up. For sit-ups, you want to go all the way out with your feet. Of course, I have dogs in the way, but you want to go all the way out and all the way up. Okay? If you can't do that, just try to get up as far as you can. Alright? And try to increase that blood flow into those muscle groups to get yourself a nice, good warm-up. Now, that's kind of what you want to do before you start getting into stretching. Now, stretching should never be completely static. A couple of the exercises I like to do that really get your hamstrings and your legs warmed up, okay? I don't really know what these are called, but you can definitely feel it. If you have really good balance, or even if you don't, something that you can work on. You're going to put your arms straight out to the sides, right? You're going to look straight ahead, trying to keep your back straight, and you're going to just kind of bend down as far down as you can until you feel activation in those hamstrings and in your glutes, your hamstrings, and your quads. Okay? You're going to try to keep this leg the leg that you're balancing on, slightly bent. The one that's coming out behind you, straight behind you, as straight as possible. And you're going to do about 5 on each side, trying to get lower to the ground, closer to 90 degrees right here as possible, okay? So you're actually using the muscle group and stretching it at the same time. That's a really good one. Another good one, high knees, okay? So when you're running, or when you're running in place trying to get your hip flexors and your joints loosened up through here, high knees is a really good one, kind of running in place. You want to try to bring your knee as high up as possible, pretty much trying to touch your knee to your chest, okay? So that's going to be another good way to loosen up. Okay, that's going to stretch your glutes, your back, your hamstrings, and get everything through here warmed up as well. Finally, another good one that you can do is lunges. That's another excellent way to warm up. Nice and easy, nice and slow. One foot in front of the other. I like to go kind of, instead of being in line with my body, I like to put one leg kind of out to the side just a tad. The other leg out to the side just a little bit so it's more of a box shape. Okay? And you're going to come down as far as you can. Activate those glutes and those hamstrings. Right? And you're going to feel a nice stretch right through your hip flexor. Okay? Keeping your back straight. You're going to kind of lean into it. And then back up. Other leg. Same thing. Legs slightly outside the center of your body. Lean into it nice and slow, nice and easy. Get a nice good stretch there. If you're really flexible and you need a deeper stretch, lean forward with your upper body. Place your elbow on the inside of your knee. If you have to put one hand down, you can. And push out with that elbow. And you're going to feel an even more drastic stretch right through your glutes and your hip flexor. Same thing on the other side. Elbow is going to go to the inside of your knee. You're going to push outward and get that nice good stretch. These types of exercises, you're going to loosen up your joints, you're going to increase the blood flow, and you're going to get yourself prepared for whatever workout you're going to do. Do not stretch on cold muscles. I have done it before. I have had so many injuries in my hamstrings, in my knees, in my shins, in my hips, in my lower back because of improper stretching, okay? These are just a few ideas. I'm going to place some links up that go through a little more of, give you some more ideas for dynamic stretching, active stretching. You should always, always, always do some sort of active stretching before you get to static stretching, okay? Just remember, you don't want your body to be stiff when you go to stretch those muscles, okay? If you try to stretch your muscles and they're not loose, they're nice and tight, like you've been sleeping on them for 8 hours, okay, you're going to hurt yourself, and that's exactly what we don't want, okay? Well, everybody, thank you so much for joining me today. Next week, we're going to look at fun calorie burners that you can do around the house, to include lawn mowing, blow drying your hair, and a bunch of other stuff. And I hope to see you guys next week. Have a good one.